The time was about 12:32 or slightly later. The Warren Commission will establish the exact time. Police had not yet sealed off the book depository building. It had not yet been time, considering the confusion and lack of knowledge about where the shots came from. Oswald was able to walk out by simply walking out. He started up Elm Street along this route. At Field Street, he got on a bus.
Can you give us any information as to what happened for these people out here? President involved. I do not know the seriousness of it. Officers are now surrounding and searching the building. Book depository store on the corner of Elm and Field, 1240. Where did this happen? At Field and Main, Simmons, and the Triple Underpass.
Yes. The traffic had come to a standstill, which is almost even with Griffin Street here. Well, that's when someone came up and knocked on the door of the bus. Although this is no bus stop here, knocked on the door of the bus, and I opened the door, and a man got on the bus and paid his fare. And I wouldn't be positive, but I believe that he sat down on the second seat on the right-hand side of the bus there. How did we reach this point here? Traffic had come to a standstill. In other words, we were sitting here, and traffic was stopped, and there was a lady that was sitting behind me here, which was going to Union Station, catch a train, 1 o'clock train. And she asked me if I would give her a transfer, and she decided she'd just walk on down to the station, which is 7 or 8 blocks from here. And I gave her a transfer, and she got off. And at the same time, the gentleman that I picked up back up at Murphy Street back here, in other words, he got up and came up and got him a transfer and got off at the same time, in which that was the only 2 transfers that I put out coming through town, and which later they identified, the police identified the transfer as the ones that they got on Oswald when he was arrested.
15 car 2. Did they realize they had the suspect? No, they do not have the suspect.
By this time, most of Dallas, most of the United States, knew of the tragedy that had struck the motorcade and had begun to fear how great a tragedy it was. Oswald entered a cab.
Well, he just looked like an ordinary working man. He was small, had on gray work clothes, brown shirt with a silver stripe, and a work jacket. He said he got in and said he wanted to go to 500 block North Beckley. So I come on the way we're going now and turned right on this signal light onto Jackson Street. I come on here to Austin Street, turn left on this light to Austin, to Wood.
What did you talk to him about as you came around here?
Well, I didn't talk very much. I didn't know the president was shot at that time, and the police cars and sirens was running all around this end of town, making a lot of noise, so all I said to him was, I wonder what the hell all the commotion is in this end of town. He didn't answer me. So I didn't say any more to him. I figured he was one of these people that didn't want to talk. He had something else on his mind.
What time did you log the fact that this man got in your cab?
I believe it was somewhere between 12:15 and 12:45. I never log exactly on a minute. It's always approximate time.
Well, now, you say that when he got in back there at the bus station and you started to cross here, about how long did it take you to make this run?
Well, approximately somewhere between 6.5 and 8 minutes.
Mr. Whaley, when you went up to the Warren Commission, what were they more interested in than anything else? Any particular area of your testimony?
Well, yes, sir, in the time element, and what I put out on my sheet. They want to know why I approximated my time, and I explained to them that I put the trips down as every 15 minutes. That's 4 an hour, which is usually the run of it. You can't put them down exactly to the minute, because you'd have to stop in traffic or be writing while you're moving, and that's dangerous. So I just approximate mine. It runs on the 15 minutes.
Now, he lived right here in this block.
Right here, in the same block, right here, 1018.
Which, from the house right there?
That house right there.
But he didn't say anything about getting out.
No, sir, and he wasn't looking at it as we passed. And about along right in here, he asked me, he said, He didn't ask me. He just said, "This will do fine right here." But the cars were parked like this, and I waited till I passed the last car and pulled over to the curb, which was the intersection of Neely and North Beckley.
And did you tell him how much the fare was, or what?
No, sir, I didn't. He just looked at the meter, and it's 95 cents. He handed me $1, opened the door and got out, walked around in front of the cab and across the street, and that's the last I saw him. I went on about my business.
Oswald had gone about 4 blocks past his boarding house. Now he began walking back. Dallas police already were broadcasting a description of their suspect.
Attention all squads. Attention all squads. The suspect in the shooting at Elm in Houston is reported to be an unknown white male, approximately 30, slender build, height 5 feet, to be armed with what is thought to be a .30 caliber rifle. No further description at this time or information. 1245 KKB 36.
Well, I was listening, had the television on, listening, trying to find out what happened to President Kennedy when he came in. It must have been after 1 o'clock, because he come in and, you know how television blink on that way. Mm-hmm. I was trying to clear it up, and he come in and he wasn't running, he was just in a fast walk.
Well, now, when he came in that day and you were trying to fix the television set, mm-hmm. Did you say anything to him about the president being shot or not?
No, sir. I just said, "Are you sure in a hurry?" And he didn't answer me and didn't say nothing. When he went out walking fast the same way, and I was still listening there about broadcasting about President Kennedy.
At 10th and Patton, Mrs. Markham saw Oswald approach.
Well, this man was walking along the sidewalk on 10th Street. This police car was driving very slow down 10th Street.
What happened?
Well, the man kept walking, that's like I say, with his hands down in his head. I didn't pay him no mind, I didn't care. And this police car kept coming on, and finally he stopped, and the man stopped. And whether the policeman say, "Come over to the car," talk to him, I don't know, but he went.
Was he on the driver's side or on the other side?
On the other side.
And did he stick his head in the window?
Yes, sir. He folded his hands like this. He put them in through the window, up on the window, and he leaned over like this.
What do you remember about this man? Was he a big man or a small man?
No, he wasn't a very big man. He was short, kind of short, as far as I remember. Mm-hmm.
Well, now, was he still standing there when Officer Tippett got out of the police car?
Well, he got, got out of the window, put his hands back down to his side, and stepped back 2 steps. The policeman calmly opened the door. He calmly crawled out. And for me, I didn't pay no attention because I thought, talk, friendly. And the policeman got to the front wheel on the driver's side, and this man shot it in the wink of your eyes. Just bang, bang, bang.
And what did this man who had shot the officer, what did he do as soon as he had shot him? Did he move back, or did he run, or what?
No, he didn't break out and run fast. He walked fast down the sidewalk, back towards me, and then he seen me. And then he done like this. And of course I did too, and then I slapped my hands upon my face. But I couldn't scream, I couldn't move. What would I do?
Did he say anything at all to you?
He did not. So I can tell you, I closed my eyes, and my hands right there, and then I stayed there a few minutes. And I was going to look and see if he's gone or coming after me, or what. And I opened my fingers, and I looked, and he was trotting off down across this lot up here. And he wasn't even out of sight. He saw me go to the policeman. Now, he could have killed me.
A short time later, this man walked into the lobby of my store.
Did you get a good look at his face?
Yes, I did.
How far away were you from him?
Probably around 10 feet.
Okay, A2, photograph Mr. Oswald. That's Lee Harvey Oswald, of course. Is he or is he not the man that was standing in front of your store on the occasion in question?
Yes, that is.
Okay, could you describe his physical appearance?
Well, his hair was somewhat messed up. He looked as though he had been running. He looked scared.
Okay. Did you feel there was anything suspicious about him apart from his physical appearance?
Well, the fact that he was standing and facing me with his back to the street while all of the commotion was going on outside, I thought that quite unusual.
Did you get the impression that he was trying to ignore the police sirens?
Exactly, yes.